Have you ever heard the phrase, "One should follow your next"? It sounds a bit mysterious at first, but when we dig deeper, it reveals a powerful message. This idea comes from the teachings of Jesus and has great importance in understanding how we should treat one another. The roots of this phrase lie in the heart of Jesus' ministry. He often spoke about loving our neighbors and treating others with kindness. In his time, there were many misunderstandings about who deserved love and compassion. Jesus broke down those barriers by teaching that everyone is important. To follow our next means to look after each person we encounter in our lives. Imagine walking down a busy street. People are rushing by, some lost in their own thoughts, while others are engaged in conversations. Each one of them represents someone we could help or connect with. By following your next, Jesus invites us to pause and see those around us. He encourages us to ask ourselves, how can I be of service to this person? This simple question can lead to profound changes not just in their life but also in ours. We might wonder why this idea is so important in Christian teachings. Well, Jesus' whole message was about love and connection. He taught that loving others is as important as loving God. When he told his followers to follow their next, he was highlighting an essential truth: everyone, friends, family, strangers, deserves our care and attention. Take a moment to think about the people in your life. There are so many individuals we meet every day. Some might be easy to love, like our friends or family members, but what about those we do not know well? Maybe it's the person sitting alone at lunch or someone who seems sad or lost. Following your next means reaching out to all these individuals, showing them they are not invisible. In Christianity, loving your neighbor is a core principle that echoes throughout the scriptures. Stories like the Good Samaritan illustrate this beautifully, a man who stopped to help another despite their differences. This kind of love often requires bravery and an open heart, which can transform our communities. So as we dive deeper into this topic, let's reflect on what it means to truly follow your next. How can we open our hearts and minds to others? How can we better recognize and respond to those who cross our paths? Each story we explore will remind us of the incredible impact we can make by simply caring for others in our daily lives. This journey together will reveal not just the meaning behind the phrase but also invite each of us to take action in our own unique ways. Let's discover how following your next can change not only our lives but also the world around us. Now that we understand the importance of following your next, let's explore who exactly that next person is. When Jesus spoke about loving our neighbors, he wasn't just referring to the people who live next door or those we consider friends. Instead, he was highlighting the idea that every individual we encounter, friends, family, and even strangers, matters and is deserving of our attention and care. Imagine a day in your life. From the moment you wake up, you interact with many people, your family at breakfast, classmates at school, or even cashiers at the store. Each of these individuals is part of your next. They might be familiar faces or total strangers, but they all play a role in the tapestry of your daily life. Jesus teaches us to extend our love and kindness to each one of them. In his teachings, Jesus emphasized that everyone is important, regardless of their background or situation. He often associated with people from different walks of life. Think about the stories of his interactions with tax collectors, children, and even outcasts. Through these encounters, Jesus demonstrated that there are no limits on who deserves kindness and compassion. It's a powerful reminder that we should not judge people based on appearances or circumstances. Let's reflect on what that means in our own lives. When was the last time you saw someone sitting alone at lunch or looking sad while waiting for a bus? These moments present perfect opportunities to follow your next. Instead of passing by without notice, we can choose to engage with them. A simple smile or a kind word can change someone's day. Furthermore, Jesus challenged us to love those who might be difficult to love, like those who disagree with us or those who may have hurt us in some way. It's easy to show kindness to friends and family, but it takes real strength to reach out to someone who may seem unapproachable. When we do this, we are living out Jesus' teaching in a profound way. Additionally, your next also includes those in need around us, people facing hardships, such as homelessness or loneliness. Imagine how impactful it would be if each one of us reached out to just one person in need. We could help provide food, offer assistance, or just lend an ear to listen. As we navigate through our busy lives, let's remember that everyone we meet is part of our next. Embracing this concept not only enriches their lives but also brings meaning and joy into ours. It helps build communities founded on love and understanding, something Jesus deeply cared about. So let's commit ourselves to recognizing every individual as important and worthy of our love. As we explore the call to action that Jesus laid out for his followers, it becomes clear that he wanted us to do more than just acknowledge the people around us. He called us to actively care for them. This is not just a suggestion, but a vital part of what it means to embody his teachings. Jesus modeled this in his life, constantly seeking opportunities to help others, and he challenges us to do the same. One powerful story that illustrates this call is the parable of the Good Samaritan. In this story, Jesus tells of a man who was traveling from Jerusalem to Jericho when he was attacked by robbers. They stripped him of his clothes, beat him, and left him half dead on the road. As luck would have it, a priest and a Levite passed by the injured man without helping him. They chose to walk on the opposite side of the road, avoiding any involvement. Then came a Samaritan, someone who, at that time, was considered an outsider and despised by many. Rather than ignoring the wounded man, the Samaritan stopped and took compassion on him. He bandaged his wounds, placed him on his own donkey, and took him to an inn where he could recover. This act of kindness transcended societal boundaries and prejudices. Jesus used this story to illustrate that love knows no limits and that true compassion comes from caring for those in need, no matter their background or status. This parable serves as a reminder for us today to look for ways we can help those around us. Each day presents moments when we can choose to be like the Good Samaritan or follow in the footsteps of the priest and Levite. Think about times when you've seen someone struggling, perhaps a classmate who is having a tough day or an elderly neighbor who needs assistance. When we take action instead of turning away, we embody the love that Jesus exemplified. Jesus also emphasized that our call to action isn't limited to only helping those close to us. We are encouraged to reach out to those who may be different from us or even those who have wronged us. This can be particularly challenging but is essential in breaking down barriers and fostering understanding in our communities. Moreover, actively caring for others doesn't always mean grand gestures. Sometimes, it's the little things that matter most. A friendly greeting, a genuine listening ear, or sharing your food can make a huge difference in someone's day. As we reflect on these teachings, let's remind ourselves that our actions speak louder than words. Following Jesus' call to care for your next is not only about kindness but about actively choosing to make love a verb in our lives every single day. By embracing this challenge, we not only reflect Jesus' heart but also enrich our own lives and the lives of those around us. In our exploration of what it means to follow your next, we arrive at the core values of love and compassion. These two qualities are fundamental in how we interact with those around us. When we think about following Jesus' teachings, it becomes clear that love isn't just a feeling, it's an action. It's about showing kindness, understanding, and support to others whenever we can. Imagine walking in your neighborhood and passing by a group of children playing. If one child falls and scrapes their knee, it's not just the action of comforting them with words that matters, it's also taking a moment to kneel down next to them, helping them up, and perhaps even offering a band-aid if you have one. This small gesture can mean the world to that child, showing them that someone cares. Even tiny acts can create a profound impact. Consider the story of a busy high school student who takes her lunch break to sit with a classmate who often eats alone. By sharing her time and smile, she offers more than just companionship, she provides that classmate with a sense of belonging and worth. It might seem like a small action, but for that student, it could shift their entire day or even their outlook on school. The beauty of love and compassion is that they often become contagious. When you show kindness to someone, they may pass it on, creating a chain reaction of positivity. It could be as simple as holding the door open for someone or letting another driver merge into traffic ahead of you. These minute moments remind us that love is not always about grand gestures, it can be found in everyday life. Jesus not only preached about love and compassion but also lived it every day. He healed the sick, cared for the outcasts, and shared meals with those rejected by society. His examples serve as an incredible model for us to follow. By taking time out of our routines to connect with others, we allow love to shine through our actions. Further, compassion calls us to be aware of how others feel, especially when they face challenges that we may not fully understand. It encourages us to step into someone else's shoes and recognize their struggles. For example, if you see a coworker looking overwhelmed with their tasks, offering assistance or simply asking if they're okay can make a significant difference. These small acts remind us to be present and observant in our interactions, qualities that help build stronger community ties. Following your next is about embracing these moments as opportunities to express our love for others. At its heart, love is about connection. It bridges gaps and fosters understanding between individuals from all backgrounds. As we strive to incorporate more acts of love and compassion into our daily lives, we enrich not only those we help but also ourselves. In this way, we truly embody what it means to follow your next while making our world a warmer and more caring place. As we continue our journey through the message of following your next, we come to an important aspect: overcoming differences. In a world filled with various races, religions, and backgrounds, Jesus calls us to look past those differences and embrace unity. This is a crucial part of showing love and compassion, as it allows us to connect with people from all walks of life. Imagine a community potluck where everyone brings their favorite dish. You might find foods from different cultures, some spicy curry, sweet tamales, and warm apple pie. As people gather around the table, sharing stories about their dishes, they begin to learn about each other's backgrounds and traditions. This simple act of sharing food can break down barriers and create strong bonds among individuals who may have initially felt distant or unfamiliar with one another. One notable story from the Bible that highlights overcoming differences is when Jesus spoke to the Samaritan woman at the well. At that time, Jews and Samaritans held deep-seated prejudices against each other. Yet, Jesus engaged in a meaningful conversation with her, asking for water and discussing faith. By doing so, he shattered societal expectations and showed that love knows no boundaries. This story reminds us that genuine connection can happen when we choose to interact with those different from ourselves. We can see this theme of unity in everyday life as well. Consider a school where students from various backgrounds might not typically mix during lunch or playtime. When students take the initiative to invite someone new to join their group or share a game, they create an environment of acceptance and inclusion. By overcoming personal biases, they learn about each other's experiences and perspectives, enriching their own lives in the process. Another powerful example is seen in community service projects. When people come together to help those in need, regardless of race or religion, they often find themselves united by a common purpose. Whether it's building homes for homeless families or organizing food drives for those in need, these efforts exemplify how working together can foster understanding and respect among diverse groups. It's important to understand that overcoming differences requires intention and effort. It may not always be easy to approach someone who seems different from us, but when we prioritize love over judgment, we create space for growth and connection. Every time we choose to engage with someone outside our comfort zone, we take steps toward breaking down walls. Following your next encourages us to embrace diversity rather than shy away from it. Each person we encounter has a unique story, and by listening and learning from one another, we cultivate empathy and understanding. As we reflect on Jesus' teachings, let's remember that every act of kindness contributes to a more compassionate world, one where differences are not just tolerated but celebrated. Through our actions, we can build bridges that unite rather than divide, transforming our communities into places of love and acceptance for all. As we delve into the role of service in following your next, it's essential to recognize that serving others is a direct reflection of love and compassion. When we engage in acts of service, we embody the teachings of Jesus by putting our beliefs into action. Service involves taking time out of our busy lives to help those in need, and this commitment not only supports others but also enriches our own lives. Picture a local community cleanup event. Volunteers gather with gloves and trash bags, united by a common goal, to beautify their neighborhood. As they work side by side, they engage with one another, share laughter, and form connections. This shared experience creates a sense of belonging and community spirit. What started as a simple act of cleaning turns into something much bigger, a collective investment in the place where they live. Consider also the story of a group of high school students who decide to start a food drive for families facing hunger in their area. They collaborate with local grocery stores to collect non-perishable items and partner with community organizations to distribute the food. Through this initiative, these students are not only helping those in need but also learning valuable lessons about empathy, teamwork, and the impact they can have when they come together to serve others. Volunteering at shelters or soup kitchens is another powerful way to follow your next. By serving meals to those experiencing homelessness or providing company to elderly residents at nursing homes, volunteers foster connections that are often transformative. These interactions convey that every individual is valued and cared for, which can uplift someone's spirits in ways we may never fully understand. Kids can start learning the importance of service early on. Picture a classroom project where students create care packages for children in hospitals. They decorate the boxes with colorful illustrations and write notes of encouragement. While delivering these packages, students witness firsthand the smiles and gratitude of the recipients. This experience instills values of kindness and giving back that they will carry into adulthood. It's important to highlight that serving doesn't have to involve grand, organized events. It can also be as simple as lending a hand in your neighborhood or checking in on a friend who is feeling down. Small gestures, like bringing groceries for an elderly neighbor or helping a classmate with homework, can greatly impact someone's day and strengthen community bonds. Ultimately, acts of service resonate with the heart of what it means to follow your next. By reaching out and engaging beyond ourselves, we create opportunities for connection and support that bring joy not only to others but also enrich our own lives. When we dedicate part of our time to helping those around us, we become vessels of love, allowing Jesus' teachings to come alive through our actions. Let's embrace service as a vital part of our journey, one that transforms both individuals and communities for the better. To truly appreciate the impact of following your next, let's hear some personal stories that showcase how this teaching has transformed lives. These anecdotes serve as powerful reminders of the positive outcomes that can arise when we actively choose to care for others. One inspiring story comes from a young woman named Sarah, who was looking for a way to connect with her community after moving to a new city. She felt isolated and wanted to make a difference, so she decided to volunteer at a local shelter that provides meals for those experiencing homelessness. On her first day, she met James, an older gentleman who had fallen on hard times. He shared his story over a warm meal, and as they talked, Sarah realized that he was not just a nameless face but a person with dreams, struggles, and a rich history. Their conversation made her realize the importance of simply listening to someone and acknowledging their humanity. This interaction sparked a friendship that lasted beyond her time volunteering at the shelter. By following her next, Sarah not only found purpose but also built meaningful connections that enriched her life. Another moving example comes from a high school student named Amir. He noticed that one of his classmates, Lily, often sat alone during lunch. Remembering the importance of kindness taught by Jesus, Amir invited her to join his group. They quickly discovered shared interests in music and art, leading to regular collaboration on projects. As their friendship grew, Lily began to open up about her struggles with anxiety and feeling out of place at school. Amir's steady support helped her gain confidence, encouraging her to participate in class activities she once avoided. By reaching out and being inclusive, Amir changed not just Lily's experience at school but also learned invaluable lessons about empathy and friendship. Consider also the story of Mr. Thompson, an elderly man living in a small town who took it upon himself to write letters of encouragement to residents in nursing homes during the pandemic. When restrictions limited visits, he felt compelled to bring joy through simple notes. His actions inspired many in his community. Soon neighbors started joining him in this effort. They organized weekly letter-writing sessions, fostering connection among individuals who were feeling isolated during tough times. The letters reminded recipients that they were loved and thought of, showing that reaching out created ripples of positivity in unexpected ways. Each of these stories highlights how taking action based on Jesus' teachings can lead to significant changes not only in the lives of those we help but also within ourselves. Whether it's building friendships with those who need support or reaching out with words of encouragement in challenging times, every act of following your next opens doors to deeper understanding and compassion. These personal experiences remind us that by focusing on service and connection, we contribute meaningfully to our communities while cultivating our own growth and happiness. Following your next is indeed about making a conscious choice each day, a choice that holds the potential for profound change in our lives and the lives of others around us. Even though following your next can lead to profound connections and positive change, it's important to acknowledge the challenges that often arise. In a busy world where everyone is focused on their own lives, barriers like judgment, indifference, and fear can make it difficult to reach out to others. However, by recognizing these obstacles and learning how to overcome them, we can continue to embody the spirit of compassion that Jesus taught. One major challenge is the fear of judgment. Many people worry about how others will perceive their efforts to help. Will they think it's silly or unnecessary? This fear can prevent individuals from taking that first step towards offering support or kindness. To combat this, it's essential to remember that acts of kindness often inspire others. Instead of fearing judgment, we can choose to focus on the potential positive impact our actions may have on someone else's life. Another obstacle is indifference, both from ourselves and others. We might become so accustomed to our daily routines that we overlook opportunities to follow your next. Recognizing this requires us to be more mindful in our interactions. For example, when someone expresses a need or concern, let's make a conscious effort to listen and respond thoughtfully rather than brushing it off. Simple shifts in our mindset can lead us to notice those around us who might need support. Moreover, there might be times when you attempt to help but face rejection or apathy. Maybe you offered assistance only for someone to refuse it or didn't seem appreciative. Such moments can feel disheartening and may lead us to withdraw from future attempts at kindness. Instead of allowing rejection to discourage us, we should remember that everyone has their own struggles. Sometimes people aren't ready or able to accept help. Reflecting on the true intent behind our actions can encourage us to keep trying without taking things personally. To overcome these challenges, we can adopt small practices that help keep us engaged with our communities. One effective tip is simply starting each day with a mindset of service. Ask yourself, how can I be of service today? This could mean smiling at someone you pass by, checking up on an elderly neighbor, or helping a coworker with their tasks. Even minor gestures can create ripples of positivity. Additionally, finding accountability partners, friends or family members who share similar values, can help motivate you to follow through with acts of kindness. Sharing goals about being more compassionate encourages community involvement and helps all involved stay focused on creating connections. Lastly, embracing vulnerability plays a key role in overcoming the fear of judgment. When you allow yourself to be open and authentic with others, it creates an atmosphere of trust where real connections flourish. Remember that anyone who follows your next is already paving the way for love and compassion in their journey, and every effort counts toward making the world a better place. By understanding these challenges and implementing strategies to tackle them, we not only enhance our ability to follow your next, but we also foster an environment where love and compassion can thrive in our communities. Let's encourage each other to push through these obstacles bravely. Now that we understand the challenges and actions involved in following your next, let's explore an exciting aspect of this journey, the ripple effect. When we engage in acts of kindness and service, we not only impact those directly around us, but we also inspire others to spread love and compassion, creating a continuous wave of positivity throughout our communities. Consider this scenario: you're at a coffee shop when you notice someone struggling to pay for their drink. Without hesitation, you choose to cover the cost. The joy on their face is undeniable. This surprising act of kindness brightens their day and may even encourage them to pay it forward. Perhaps they'll help another person later on, starting a chain reaction of goodwill. This ripple effect is beautifully illustrated in the story of a high school basketball team facing tough times during a season. They decided to volunteer at a local food bank once a week, helping sort canned goods and distribute meals to families in need. As they connected with those they served, something magical happened. The players began forming relationships with the community members. Inspired by this work, families started showing up at the food bank to lend a hand too. Soon, people from all walks of life were working together, fostering new friendships and creating an enduring spirit of collaboration. The ripple effect can also be seen in educational settings. Imagine a teacher who makes it her mission to ensure every student feels valued. She takes time each day to acknowledge good behavior or creative projects with personal notes or small incentives. This appreciation encourages her students to treat each other kindly as well. Before long, you have a classroom filled with support and encouragement where students cheer for each other's achievements instead of competing against one another. This kind of ripple extends beyond just random acts. It has the power to transform entire communities. When businesses get involved, sponsoring events that promote kindness or funding local charities, they set an example that can influence other organizations to join in as well. A local grocery store might create an initiative that encourages customers to donate food to shelters while checking out. When customers see others participating, they are more likely to contribute themselves. Moreover, social media plays a significant role in amplifying this ripple effect today. A single post showcasing someone's generous act can quickly garner thousands of likes and shares, motivating others to replicate similar actions in their lives. A photo of kids cleaning up a park might inspire families across town to organize their cleanup events. As we reflect on these stories and examples, it becomes clear how following your next can create unexpected ripples that touch many lives. Each individual effort adds up, inspiring others to choose kindness over indifference and compassion over judgment. So let's remember that our small acts matter. Every time we choose love and connection over isolation or apathy, we contribute toward making the world a better place, one ripple at a time. By embracing this call together, we amplify not only our own growth but also become catalysts for change within our communities. As we conclude our exploration of what it means to follow your next, let's take a moment to reflect on the key points we've discussed. From recognizing the significance of every person we encounter in our lives to embracing love and compassion as fundamental values, we've seen how following this teaching can create meaningful connections and positively impact our communities. We started by understanding that following your next transcends our immediate circles. It includes friends, family, and even strangers. Jesus taught us to care for everyone, regardless of their background or circumstances. This principle reminds us that every act of kindness counts, and even small gestures can lead to significant changes in someone's life. Through stories like the Good Samaritan, we learned about the call to action that Jesus presented to his followers, urging us to actively engage with those around us and help those in need. We discussed how important it is to overcome differences in race, religion, and culture to foster unity and understanding within our communities. By reaching across divides, we create a more compassionate world where everyone feels valued. As we shared personal anecdotes, it became clear that acts of service not only benefit those who receive them but also enrich our own lives. The ripple effect of kindness encourages others to do the same, creating a culture of compassion that can spread throughout entire communities. Whether it's volunteering at a local shelter, helping a classmate, or simply offering a smile, these actions can inspire further kindness. However, we also address the challenges that arise when trying to follow your next. Fear of judgment, indifference, and feelings of rejection can hinder our willingness to help. Acknowledging these obstacles is important, but overcoming them is essential if we want to cultivate a nurturing environment. By adopting strategies such as maintaining a service mindset, seeking accountability from others, and embracing our vulnerability, we can break down barriers and continue spreading love. As we wrap up today's discussion, I encourage each of you to reflect on what following your next means in your own lives. Think about the people you encounter daily. How can you reach out to them? What small act of kindness can you perform this week that might brighten someone's day? Now is the time for action. Let's commit ourselves to making kindness a priority. Whether it's checking in on a neighbor, volunteering your time for a cause you care about, or simply offering a listening ear to someone who needs it, remember that your actions matter. Every effort you make contributes to a greater sense of community and connection. By embracing the teachings of Jesus and choosing to follow your next, we have the power to transform not only our own lives but also the lives of countless others. Together, let's create an incredible ripple effect of love and compassion that continues to grow and inspire those around us.